In last video, I told you why insulin resistance and diabetes is one of the greatest threats for your health. In this video, I will teach you how to prevent it from ever happening. I will give you 14 tips on how to do it, so let's get started. First one, you need to lose weight. In many cases, maybe even most cases, the excess body weight is directly correlated to insulin resistance, because the bigger fat cells become, the more insulin resistant they become. To lose weight, you must be in a calorie deficit, although it's not the whole story. To generate it correctly and to maintain it, you need to promote satiety. Some low carbohydrate diets like keto, paleo, or even carnivore can be handy. Number 2, limit or even try to eliminate carbohydrates. You will decide how fast you will do it and to what extent, but in most cases it's absolutely necessary to start regulating your insulin. Do not use sugar or honey, and be careful even with sweeteners. If you need some sweet taste, some delicious ketogenic or low-carb recipes for desserts, not to indulge in highly processed candy, you can use allulose. Number 3, focus on proper nutrition, that being fat and protein in each and every meal. That's the best blend, ideally with slight advantage of fat to promote satiety for hours. You can implement this rule regardless of other elements of your diet, so it's just a very simple one, but it's extremely effective. Number 4, promote nutritious foods, namely meat, eggs, fish, perhaps some fat dairy, although I would be cautious because in some patients dairy causes problems as well. You can also use some veggies with fiber, but I would not focus on them because they are not essential for your body's nutrition, and I highly recommend to use them as spice and to add variety to your diet, or to use it as a source of fiber used as a tool, not as a goal in the diet itself. Number 5, implement time-restricted eating windows, so-called intermittent fasting. The idea is to start eating at a certain hour, eat for, let's say, 8 or 10 hours, and then do not eat anything more. You can slowly close this window to 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours. Some people even report that using OMAD, which stands for 1 meal a day, helped them tremendously. Although I would be very careful before trying it because it might have some downsides and it's probably not for everyone. You can also do intermittent fasting in a variety of different ways. For example, you can skip breakfast, but it's not ideal from insulin standpoint. You can skip your supper. So let's say you eat your first meal at 10 a.m., then a bigger lunch at 2 p.m., and then only just a little snack around 4-5 p.m. and that's it. That model gives your gut time to heal and it helps regulate your insulin. Number 6, and it's absolutely optional, I do not recommend it for everyone, but if you're already fat adapted, so you feel well eating mostly fat and protein and very little carbohydrates, you may try to implement some longer fasting, namely 1-day fasting, 2-day fasting, 3-day fasts. Also, some patients report that longer fasting, like 7 days or even longer, is extremely beneficial and it provides the body with amazing healing opportunity. But be cautious and only try to do it in cooperation with your doctor after permission and proper preparation. Number 7, and that one is obligatory for absolutely everyone, move a lot. Move more than you moved before. If you work sedentary, just try to add some breaks for movement. Maybe invest in standing desk, or just try to go for a walk after you finish your job. Go for walks with your family, especially after meals, because it absolutely helps to reduce the glucose spike in the blood. So even if you overdose on carbohydrates, you can greatly mitigate this by just moving, exercising, or just walking. Number 8, resistance training is mandatory. It's non-negotiable. You must resistance train. You must lift weights or your body weight to give your muscles stimuli to grow. In fact, having a lot of muscle is probably the best way to prevent the development of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, and therefore many diseases that they cause. Why is that? Muscle is metabolically active. In fact, it's the most metabolically active tissue in the body. And if you have a lot of muscle, they burn through a lot of glucose, which means that your body is able to utilize all this sugar efficiently without needing insulin that much. That directly helps you to prevent insulin resistance or even reverse it. And if you're new to resistance training, I will elaborate on that in separate videos, so stay tuned. Oh, and by the way, please leave a like under this video and subscribe to not miss any more valuable information. Number 9. Implement some interval cardiovascular exercise. What I mean by that is, let's say, 1 minute of very intense cardio like running, sprinting, treadmill, air bike or rowing machine, followed by a minute of rest or very slow-paced exercise. Studies show that interval training is way more effective than regular cardio, although regular cardio is also very beneficial. So if you're not able to implement intervals, just focus on moving a lot and exercising at the pace your body allows you to. Number 10. Work with your dietitian to implement some supplements like white mulberry, berberine, inositol, and apple cider vinegar. In separate video, I will elaborate more on them and add some more supplements to this list. Number 11. Make sure you get enough electrolytes in your diet, especially magnesium. Moreover, please make sure your vitamin D levels are way above average, ideally, so you must get your blood work done. And by the way, in separate video, I will elaborate on the blood work and what to actually measure to get to know what is your current metabolic state. Number 12. Optimize your sleep. Sleep deficiencies directly impact blood sugar management and insulin response. So when you go to sleep, cover your windows. Avoid using screens 2 hours before bed. And if you have trouble sleeping, you can try implementing melatonin supplementation or ashwagandha. Number 13. Move your last meal to as long before bed as possible. You may skip your supper or just make sure that you eat it, let's say, at 5 p.m. Well, what if I'm a shift worker? I work at night and sleep during the day. Well, in that case, your situation is a bit more difficult, and actually, you might highly benefit from ideally changing your job, but I do get that some people are unable to, so in separate video I will elaborate more and try to help you. And why you should do it? It's because at nighttime melatonin tells your pancreas to stop producing insulin, so that if you flood your system with food, especially sugar, at night, your glucose response is way worse than it should be. Number 14. Work closely with your doctor if you have a good one. If you don't have a good doctor, and let's face it, not all the doctors are trustworthy enough. Just find a good one. Be proactive. Do not neglect your health. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching, and please, if you liked this video, please drop it a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss any more information like that. Have a wonderful day and see you in the next one.